Hello, this is Richard Stewart, the Cursing Nurse again. I, this channel was basically, I created this to talk about issues with healthcare, issues navigating health, but I also feel like I want to incorporate just, you know, um, daily behavior with people. And one of the topics I find fascinating or that I want to discuss is a topic of respecting other people's time. And I guess a human behavior that I think I'd like to talk about. I, I just see more and more um, people not respecting other people's time. And what I mean by that, I might not go into full detail about it, but let's just say that, you know, um, calling somebody on the phone. Um, and I see this a lot with people that have called me in the past. Uh, Most of my friends do this to me. They're respectful to me, most of my, because I made it clear. But um, one of the first techniques is good if you call somebody is to say, "Hey, are you busy right now?" Or I think a good way uh, is just to maybe text them first and say, "Are you able to talk?" Because I think it's easy to get in the rut of if you're not doing anything, then quite naturally you feel like you can pick up the phone and I mean you got time to call. You're sitting eating your bonbons. You just feel like you can call up somebody and it's easy to think that they're not doing something. But you always have to think about, okay, other people may be busy and people are busier than ever. And I'll just tell you that I used to hear people, especially some business things I used to get into, and they used to, if you ever hear somebody say they don't have time, it's just an excuse. Well, you know what? It is an excuse, and that's an acceptable excuse. So screw that person because there's more responsibility than ever before. Before our forefather, before our parents, there's more responsibility that people have to be responsible for. There's more technology that we have to know. More. It seems like everywhere you turn, everybody's wanting to put you on their agenda, on their appointment. So it's good to text somebody and say, "Hey, can you talk right now?" I think that's a good thing to do. Another thing I see is when people call you. I see a lot of people in public talking on the cell phone, and they're talking about very private things in public. And I don't think they intend to do that. I think they just got a call from somebody and they're just not able to tell somebody, "Hey, listen, I'm going into the elevator right now with a bunch of people. I have to call you back." And I think a lot of times people are just afraid to tell the other person on the other line that they'll call them back. That for some reason they think it's rude. Let me tell you something. It's rude, and I'll say it's rude for that person to keep talking in a room full of people that don't want to hear your conversation. That is rude. So respect other people's, not just their time, but their privacy. You know, people don't want to hear your stuff. They don't want to be standing in line at the bank and hear you talking about your baby just doo-dooed in the diapers and you got to clean it up. No, people don't want to hear that. And you shouldn't be okay with people hearing your business. And if they do hear your business and they respond to what you're saying, don't get upset with them. If you're saying it loud enough for them to hear it, obviously you don't care. So, yeah, respect other people's time, respect their privacy. And I don't know, any thoughts on that? Just put it in the comment section. I just want to know what you say. I just see that a lot. That you know, you call a doctor, right? You call a doctor and I'd like to make an appointment. And what are the first thing they say? "Well, she can see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning." Wait a minute. Are you even going to ask me my schedule? Are you going to let me tell you what days I'm available? It's really getting bad. I mean, I don't know. It's just thoughts in the comment. Let me know what you think.